Well, the US faces an interesting choice. It's had an enormous clout on the global economy, really, well, for the last 100 years or so, if not longer, and particularly since the end of the Second World War, it effectively shaped the international institutions and rules that govern how we think about the world. But the US today, I think, has doubts about its role in the global economy. Obviously, it's a bit more protectionist than it used to be. It isn't quite so engaged with countries elsewhere. It wants to shift the burden in terms of defense spending to countries elsewhere. So the US, in one sense, has a choice. Does it continue in the old-fashioned way, playing the big role in the global economy, or does it effectively shift to one side to let other countries in and have a bigger voice themselves, China being one of the more obvious ones?
Well, the United States, over the last year, through its administration's policy, have radically changed the way the world functions, the introduction of tariffs, a much more transactional approach to international relationships. I would stress, however, that it's easy to exaggerate the importance of all this. I mean, international trade continues. The European Union, India, Brazil, China above all, are wanting to open up. They're reconstituting their trade networks. Data flows are not significantly affected. So I think maybe the end product is that the United States retreats more into itself, but the rest of the world remains integrated.
So this question of whether geopolitical turmoil is causing some adjustments in supply chains of note, I think is a good one. And we can see as the geopolitical tensions between the US and China have had their impacts on trade, on China's exports to the US. There's a redeployment as China has built out, has deepened its exports to ASEAN. What's interesting to note is that the US as well has deepened its ties to ASEAN. So ASEAN's become a nexus in the supply chains that is of rising importance. There's some other alternative pathways that have emerged. I think India, as an anchor for some production, is quite an interesting, playing an interesting role in this situation. We see Japan deepening its relationship, investment in production and in infrastructure in India. These types of developments merit our attention.